Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first webinar Tuesday, Take a Tuesday. I'm Liz Downing, Senior Manager of Partnerships and Events here at Take a Metrics. I've got Ajay Bam with me here today. Ajay, say hello.
Hello, hey everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Pleasure to be
So,
here, Liz. Thank you.
I'm so happy you could join us. So this video is on everybody's mind. Video is like the hot topic. The last webinar I did in 2022 was about video. And now here we are talking about it again. You are the co-founder and CEO of a company that does a very, very specific thing when it comes to video. Will you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, everyone, I'm Ajay Bam, CEO and co-founder of Vyrill. And the problem we're solving at Vyrill is that there's massive amounts of video content now on social media platforms. So to give you a sense, a brand like Nike has over 29 million videos just on YouTube. And I'm not counting 35 other platforms where shoppers are consuming and creating video content. So video is growing at a massive rate. 700 hours of video is now uploaded every minute on YouTube, and over 5 billion videos watched every day. So how can you as a brand dig through that massive amounts of video content, whether you're small, medium, or large, to find the sentiment or the reviews or what people are saying about your product and brand inside the video can be very challenging. And when it gets to millions of videos or even like hundreds of videos, I don't believe any marketing team or anyone has the bandwidth to really watch videos. So how do you really make sense of massive amounts of video data and leverage video content to drive your three key KPIs, which is engagement, customer acquisition, and conversion, is really what we focus on here at Vyrill. So essentially, we're helping brands, retailers, solution providers increase customer acquisition and engagement by leveraging authentic video content such as reviews, unboxing videos, how-to videos, or what we categorize as UGC content, along with influencer and branded videos for insights on commerce. And so really, what the problem that Vyrill has solved, the bottom line is in-video search. So we're one of the few companies in the world that can match millions of videos on YouTube to the entire Nike product catalog or the L'Oreal product catalog by product category, brand, competitor, keyword, and hashtag. And then once we do that, we analyze what's inside the video, the audio, text, and images in 11 plus dimensions. So everything from sentiment, topic, scene, demographic, diversity, brand safety, keywords, speech, everything, and engagement. And we help brands capture insights in a number of different ways, everything from sentiment to speech, keywords, trends, identify trends inside what people are saying in the video, to demographic and brand safety data, and then license and leverage that video for product marketing. So the problem we're solving is really in video search, and we're doing this for both brands, so making sense of massive amounts of video data, and we're also doing this for shoppers as well. So we became the first company to introduce in video search on Shopify for shoppers. And so, today if there are 20 videos on a page, and Liz, you're looking, let's say you're buying a car, and you're looking for a video review featuring leather seats, and I'm looking for a video review featuring child seats. So if there are 20 videos on the BMW website, how do you know which video is talking about leather versus child? So Vyrill has solved that problem. We offer a video search bar, so you can instantly type the word leather seats, and we can find the 4 videos featuring leather seats. But even better, we pull all the clips together. So we dramatically improve the efficacy of making shopping decisions with video content. So yeah, so that's really what we do in a nutshell.
That's awesome. I wanted to start with that because we're going to get into a couple of examples of things that brands have learned. But first, before we do that, tell me how you thought of this. Like, how did this spring forth, and what prompted you to create a solution like this?
Yeah, so this, so I've been studying shopping behavior for about 15 years now. And so I previously focused on in-store shopping, and then I was at Nokia where I focused a lot on mobile shopping experiences. So I was one of the global product leads for Nokia App Store. And so I've been studying shopping behavior for a very long time, and the evolution of shopping has now, in recent years, if you will, and especially during COVID, it's turned to video. So in the past 5 years, video has significantly accelerated. And so if you look at the Gen Z populations, right, I mean, COVID changed video and TikTok changed video. And really the bottom line is a lot of people now are now starting their shopping journeys with video content. So I just began noticing a trend over the past 7 to 8 years where shoppers had now started watching reviews, unboxing videos, how-to videos, or really turning to YouTube before TikTok happened to find the answers they're looking for, to see what other shoppers are saying about a product and brand. And then COVID happens and this trend accelerates. And of course, it's a confluence of a number of factors. The fact that we can now, on any mobile device, you can open a video and you can watch a video very quickly on your phone with no potential friction in viewing a video with 5G and smartphones happening now. So I think it's a confluence of a number of factors that led to video content creation. And of course, COVID accelerated it. We were all at home. All of us were shopping online. And so what happens is, when you start thinking about online shopping behavior, there are a lot of products where, and perfect example is furniture category, right? When you're buying a sofa, it's nice to actually experience the sofa perhaps in a retail store. But when COVID happened, of course, online shopping became the trend, and that was where we could go. So video became sort of the go-to for shoppers to really understand how the product works, understand what other shoppers are saying inside the video. So video sort of became the go-to format. And then, of course, TikTok comes about, and UGC exploded, right? User-generated content. And so that changed really a lot. And now, of course, UGC is growing and it's massive, and it's here to stay.
I really think so. I think that, I mean, I'm old enough to remember what life was like before YouTube. I actually did not have a computer in my house growing up, like that old. I'm that old. But I think I read something the other day that said that consumers trust video 80% more than any other type of information about a product that they're intending to buy. So I mean, I don't know that I personally like go to TikTok for the answers, but I definitely go to see what people think of different products. Like I'm thinking as a consumer now. Um, this is an off-book question, but can Viral find anything about any video, or is it specifically about shopping behavior? Because you use AI, right?
Yeah, we absolutely. So we do. And the bottom line is we analyze any kind of video content, but our primary focus is really focusing on commerce, uh,
Right, right.
really
I'm
helping
selfishly
brands.
thinking about the fact I'm like I'm rehabbing a really old house, and I'm having such a hard time on YouTube, like actually finding that video that says how to do the thing that I want to do. So I might
Yeah.
sign up for that. But
So it's really reviews, right? I mean, the bottom line is reviews and sentiment, right? How are customers feeling, describing, talking about your product and brand? So we focus a lot on video reviews, and the reason is that's where the customers go to when they're thinking about engaging with a brand, whether it's a purchase or whether it's something else. So what we have done is we have essentially trained machines to watch videos, and we've been doing this for 5 years. I mean, these are very difficult AI challenges on how you do this, right? And so we have trained machines now to first match videos to products, categories, hashtags, and more. and then really understand what's happening inside the video. And what makes video very challenging when it versus a text, a piece of text is video is very multidimensional. So when we start talking about sentiment, you really have to think about video content in a number of different ways when it comes to looking at sentiment inside a video. For example, like with video, you can actually see the product in action, right? And this is where it starts to build really brand trust, because you can see, the customers can see the product, the person, and the emotions inside the video. With video, you can see the demographic, unlike text. Video has audio, it has images, which means that it adds multiple dimensions to brand safety as well. So it's not just about just looking anymore at about speech. It's also looking at whether the video features minors. Is there any nudity in the video, right? So there's a lot of things you can capture. Video generally has speech, it can have music, noise, silence, all of that. So there's also so much you can also read in a video as well, by even understanding what kind of music is being played in the background. Is it noisy? Is it, whatever the mood is, right? A piece of music can also convey sentiment in the sense your mood about something.
So
And of
we keep
course, yeah,
we
and
keep using
expressions
the
as
word
well.
sentiment. Why don't we back up a little bit and talk about what brand sentiment really is and how we define that in order to analyze it for a brand?
Yeah, absolutely. So, when it comes to, so let's talk a little about what sentiment is, right? Sentiment is an attitude or an opinion towards, expressed towards a product, a brand, a situation, or an event. And really, sentiment comes about because as humans, we're very reactive. We have emotions, we have conscience. So sentiment essentially is triggered when people really love something or hate something. Of course, you can argue. I mean, generally, and sentiment can be both real or fake. And it can be expressed, as we have seen in the last couple of years. The expression of sentiment has also it's evolved. It was text before, and speech. Now you see emojis, you're seeing sign language, you're seeing, and of course, video is conveying all of that, the speech and text and images as well. So there's a lot of ways in which, in a lot of places where sentiment is expressed, right? It's expressed now on social media. It can be expressed if you're as a business. It can, you have business socials like LinkedIn, where people are talking about companies, or in Glassdoor, where people are talking about companies and employees of a company or a brand. And then you have local business recommendation sites like Yelp, where also people are expressing sentiment. Of course, it happens in direct conversations with when humans talk. In other media as well, television, streaming now, in print happening for a long time. And then, of course, now you're seeing the evolution of very vertical focused sites where people are going. For example, the New York Times Wirecutter site, where they review top products, and so a lot of customers are heading there to see what New York Times has to say and their experts have to say about sentiment about a particular product or brand. So multiple ways of how people are expressing sentiment and what it is.
That's a great explanation. So, so sentiment is different from reputation, right? So I'm thinking back to my days where I was focused mainly on like Amazon seller feedback, Amazon reviews, all that kind of stuff. And there's obviously, like, you want to understand how your brand is perceived because you want to grow your brand and you want to answer the problems and the pain points that the consumer community is expressing, and you want to clear up any misconceptions about your products and all that kind of stuff. But you were talking about Like, does the video have nudity? Does the video have violent language? Does it have, so what do you do? And this is a little bit off book too, but I think you can probably handle it. What do you do as a brand when all of a sudden you see that there are several videos out there that are not necessarily videos you want associated with your brand? Well, like what have you seen people do?
Yeah, so a couple of things, right? First of all, is knowing that it exists is step one, and this can be challenging as well, right? And this is why like you have a number of companies and tools that monitor what people are saying about your product and brand. And when it comes to sentiment, it's sort of it's not just about what people are expressing about your brand as well, but it is also about how your brand is being perceived and looked upon. And so I'll give you an example of thinking about sentiment in a different way. About a couple of years ago, I think this was 5 years ago, this happened for United. A doctor was, I think they're overbooked, and a doctor was dragged out of the airplane, and I think he was bleeding, bruised. The video goes viral, and this actually, I believe it happened in Q4.
I remember.
And with your smartphones in your hands, we're all recording stuff. When this happens, someone had recorded the whole, or a few people had recorded this event inside the aircraft. The video goes online, and suddenly this is uh, customers recording your brand, your employees, and how they're treating customers, right? This is now, and video is living proof, and that went viral, and it had a huge impact on United's Q4 earnings.
I
And
bet.
essentially, it has a huge impact. Really, the bottom line is it has a huge impact on brand trust, right? So when you're thinking about sentiment, don't just think about sentiment, and especially with video content, about what other people are saying. It's also about how you as a brand are acting, how you're captured as well, how you're presenting yourself as well, both inside your videos, but also how customers are presenting you as well, and recording you as well. So multiple ways of when it comes to video, looking at sentiment.
Right. So I was thinking about, okay, so you've got a negative representation of your brand out there somewhere, and then what do you do about that? But then I was thinking about this article I read either yesterday or today, and it was about why Bugatti doesn't want anything to do with Tom Cruise. And it's apparently because during the Mission Impossible premiere, he drove a Bugatti up onto the red carpet, and then he had trouble opening the door. And that was bad for the brand. But now, like however many years later, there's an article about it on some clickbaity website that you see on your Facebook news that's bringing it all up again, and there's a video of him trying the handle of this car to get his wife at the time out of the car.
Right.
So all that's doing is making the brand look bad because they fired this movie star because he couldn't get the door open or whatever. But I can see people going down rabbit holes, and then so there are all these videos out there about my brand, and now I've got all of this data about these videos and about brand sentiment. So then what do I do with it?
Yeah.
Like, how do I make this like a positive for my brand instead of me just eschewing all technology and going to live in a yurt on an island somewhere?
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of things, I'll give you a couple of examples as well. So first is identifying it, and it's important when you identify sentiment. It's important to identify what you have, but also what you don't have. So I'll give you an example. We work with a beauty brand, and we analyzed 12,000 videos plus in multiple categories. And we help them understand what reviews, how to videos and unboxing videos they had for products, but also what they were missing. And this is very important, the missing component. And the reason is when a customer shops, the first thing they do is they land on your product page, or they're looking for more information, and they scroll down to reviews. And if the reviews don't exist, if they're missing, that's a problem, because customers don't trust a product or a brand that's missing some sort of review, whether it's positive, negative. They really want to know what other shoppers are saying. And I also want to just expand on this a little bit. When it comes to video, don't just think about reviews. There's more to video than just the type of video as in topics. It could be a how-to video expressing how easy or difficult it is to put your product together. It could be an unboxing video that showcases, how beautiful the packaging is and how complete the packaging is and how easy the branding is, right? So there are multiple ways of thinking about, how you can leverage this data. And I would say, in an example where you just gave, where you do see a negative review, I think the worst thing would be just to sit on it. I think if you can, you should try to connect with the creator, whoever made the video. I think it's very important to empathize with whoever posted the video. Why they did this, what happened, and really understanding the situation and and respond to it.
Well, and
You'll
it's
notice.
important to note, because of our audience, this applies to everything but Amazon. You can't ever do anything about your Amazon reviews, but now there are all these other different ways that people can
Yeah, there are
review you.
different tools where, yes, right. And even on YouTube and TikTok now, creators are expressing their email addresses. They're actually putting it out there. So there are a number of ways to reach out to creators, whether it's the direct messaging on some of these platforms or the emails. But the important part is respond to a negative comment as well and a positive comment as well. And this really starts to build trust that, hey, the brand really cares, whether it's even for a negative comment, they're listening. And this is very important for customers. They want to know that you're being listened to. And what I've also seen is many times, and this includes Amazon as well, you see updated reviews as well, or people commenting back and saying, hey, this happened to me, but the brand responded to me right away. We resolved the situation. And so asking for a review again, it's okay. And we're seeing that. You see updates even on YouTube to an existing product review, and the customers will add and say, "Oh, there's a new version of the product. I've made an updated review or updated video." So that also happens as well.
Yes. But to the Amazon sellers out there, you cannot ask anyone to change their review on Amazon. Just,
Yeah, and,
covering,
and what I'm saying is not change, but update, right, and respond.
right, but
Right.
you can't. It's just against the rules on Amazon. But everywhere else, and there are people that are talking about your brand on TikTok, there are people talking about it on YouTube, there are people talking about it on Facebook, there are people talking about it everywhere. Everywhere they possibly can, they're talking about it. And what is it like? Most people that are happy with a product, luckily, I think that this social age has changed it a little. It used to be that people only really said anything if they were unhappy, like happy customers only reviews, right? But I think that now everybody has experienced this, hey, I am free to express my opinion, so I'm going to do so as often as humanly possible. And I think that's the culture we're in right now. So there's a lot of user generated content out there that is positive because people want to shout their praise from the rooftops if they enjoy using a product or enjoy using a service. So it's a whole different world.
Yeah, it is.
So take me back through the signals that your company, that your AI, your machines have been taught to look for in a video. And let's talk about how those signals help a brand make decisions about what to do next.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of things, right? So with the video, it's very rich. And there are different kinds of videos as well. So I would say there's a number of things that you should be considering as you're thinking about sentiment inside the video. The first is relevance, right? Is it talking to my product? Is it talking to my brand? Is it talking about multiple brands and products? We're seeing a lot of videos where people will post the top 10 their favorite products in a particular category, right? So relevance is very important to understand. Demographic, is this the target demographic that's speaking to my product, or is it outside demographic as well? And this is also something that we have done for a number of brands, is that In some instances, the brands have discovered that their product actually is resonating really well with demographic that with outside demographic that they initially targeted. So demographic is very important. Customers like to see people like them buying the product. So understanding who that demographic is, and if you're missing the demographic in the video, that's also a challenge as well. So understanding demographic is important. Brand safety is quite a big deal, and especially this will impact your SEO. Google is very good at showing YouTube videos because YouTube is part of the Google ecosystem. They're able to search and better tag and understand YouTube videos, but Google doesn't understand if there's a number of videos on your website. The biggest concern for search engines is brand safety. Around the world, there's a lot of regulation around what you can and cannot show in the search results in terms of age, and so it really affects, so Google is really nervous, might they accidentally show nudity, or there are rules around, when you cannot show minors in the video. So Google is very hesitant to show videos unless the search engine is given signals that this video is brand safe. So I'd say brand safety is a big concern, and it ties directly with SEO. Engagement, and this really more is for the social media content. Who's engaging with your video content? What's viral? Why is this video? How are people feeling about the video? A lot of channels, both TikTok and YouTube, they have a thumbs up and thumbs down. There's also now people are putting emojis and stickers on video content as well, or expressing whether they love or hate or how they're feeling about the video. So it's important to understand the engagement and what it looks like, what the engagement looks like. Topic, is this a relevant video? Are they talking about a review or unboxing, or what is it? What kind of keywords are referenced in the video? Are they talking positive, negative? Or are there particular keywords that are trending in the video as well that reflect your product or your category? Understanding the audio labels. Is there music in the video? Is it speech, or is it a muted video? Is it just music but no speech, right? And then finally, expressions as well. How people are you can see an expression in the video, whether people are happy or sad and so on. So from a viral perspective, we track everything inside the video, all of this except expression. And the reason is expression is a very tricky one, especially sarcasm. It's not a very easy thing to capture from a video. We're getting there, but we're not there yet. But I would say overall, Vyrill is able to capture 98 to 99% of all the sentiment in the video, and it's all. So we focus on scale. How can we do this for millions of videos? So we literally have machines that watch a video and understand everything. And we're also we're constantly training, monitoring. There's also new vocabulary that's coming about when it comes to brand safety. So we're also making sure that we are feeding the new vocabulary back into the AI as well, so it understands as things happen and more. But I would say that we're one of the few companies that is really able to analyze a video in 360, which is audio, text, and images in multiple dimensions. That's never happened before. And I think the bottom line is how you look at sentiment can vary as well by your goals, what you're looking for. For example, you might be if you're looking for demographic, might be one of your biggest concerns with the topic of the video. Then on our system, you can actually go and rate your content and find all the content based on demographic, all the people in the videos by age or gender, for example. So multiple ways of rating, ranking, and doing in-video search. Perhaps you're interested in understanding what people are saying about. So we have a big CPG brand, and They use the platform to understand what people are saying about all the product features in the shaving category. And so we were not only able to deliver all the text of what people were saying, both positive and negative, but we were actually able to pull all the clips together. So the brand was able to actually watch all the UGC clips of all the positive and negative comments that people made. And so there's a lot to see in a video, if you will, compared to text. But those are some ways on, and really we analyze the video in 360 and what we do.
So you pull all that together, and then what does the brand do with them?
Yeah, a couple of things. First of all, we're helping brands. In many cases, we also try to capture the email address of the creator as well. So you can respond to that creator if they've made a positive or negative comment, even saying a thank you or checking in with them why they said what they said. So we try to capture as much as we can a way to reach out to the creator. So that's number one. You can also do competitor study as well. As perhaps you're launching a product in a new category. We recently helped a big automotive company understand some key features of EV, electric vehicles, and what people were really loving about EVs with their competitors. That can help you with your messaging, with your brand positioning, understanding demographic. Again, video is so rich. Yeah, there's so much you can gather from the video. And then finally, we also have an API as well, and we also have, like I said, we became the first company on Shopify to offer in-video search. So from the Vyrill dashboard, you can now publish videos to your Shopify store, to your website, your e-commerce site by leveraging the API. And really, you can now bring in-video search to your mobile app, to your website, to your e-commerce site, and more. So now you're able to, if you have 20 videos on your page, you can now bring those reviews and publish those reviews to your product pages. We also offer licensing as well for UGC content. And really, the bottom line is we're helping drive those 3 key KPIs, which is conversion, engagement, and more. So by offering in-video search, what we have found is customers, before in-video search, if there were 20 videos, customer would see 20 videos and they would be overwhelmed. And you wouldn't know which video is talking about what feature. So people in that scenario would watch one video, 2 videos, or abandon the video experience. Now, by offering in-video search on your, whether it's your platform or your e-commerce site or website, what we are finding is that the page engagement is going up because people are now searching inside the video. So the video completion rates are up by 90%. So the ROI on your video content is significantly higher. So today we have integrated with YouTube, TikTok, Dropbox, Shopify, Fera. So multiple ways of capturing your video content from multiple platforms. And you can also upload your own videos as well. And so we become that one-stop shop to track and monitor all your video content and then publish your content to your applications. And so, as I mentioned before, increasing dramatically the ROI, increasing the efficacy of making shopping decisions. We're helping customers find the answers that they're looking for inside the video, and that's really the bottom line, right? So it doesn't matter anymore whether the video is 30 seconds, 3 minutes, or 30 minutes long. Customers are able to find the answers that they're looking for. And so what we do is we are able to now bring a YouTube video, TikTok video, analyze it, help brands acquire the rights, and then be able to publish those videos to their product pages along with their influencer videos. They might be working with some influencers, or they might also have a lot of their branded content as well, but making it searchable and useful like it's never happened before. And what the beauty is we generate the transcript, a full transcript. We generate about 100 tags of what's inside the video. So with the video, you can also now improve the SEO. So you can actually line up the transcript, line up all the tags. So Google search engines can now read what's inside the video and that it's a brand safe content, which then helps you with your SEO as well. And ultimately, all of this leads towards, we're increasing page engagement and ultimately helping customers with understand what's in the video leads to conversion as well. And conversion can vary on a number of different variables, what videos you have, what product category it is, what price point it is, and so on. So multiple ways of how you can drive conversion or how you can think about it.
That's awesome. We actually have a question. If you can get a creator's contact information, does that mean you can, like, say somebody left a positive review, can you contact that person to set up some sort of influencer arrangement, or is that something that a user is allowed to do, or is that something you do on their behalf? How does that work?
Yeah, so it's a great question, and so you're allowed to do that if the user has given you permission. So we completely are GDPR compliant. We don't scrape data. We actually only capture data when the influencer says or the creators mentioned, given their email address on their channels. So yes, you can do that. In fact, we're working right now with a travel brand, and where they wanted to understand uh, what uh, uh, what people are posting, women single solo travelers are saying about travel in particular categories. And so they use the platform to really understand the sentiment, and they want to develop new products and services. And so there we actually captured the email addresses of a number of top travel influencers and creators, and they've reached out to them to do more surveys and to bring them into a focus group. So multiple ways, multiple applications of how you can engage with the creator and more. And again, we focus on both UGC but also influencer and branded videos, like bringing all that together.
That's awesome. That's sort of like unlocking the hive mind, I mean, that's amazing. Um, oh, sorry. That question didn't make any sense. I have a question. So what is the general process? If someone in particular is looking to launch a brand or launch a product, how do they usually approach their research? Like, what's the first thing they do?
Yeah, so I would say that, as you're approaching as a brand, right, first thing is to understand if you already have a competitor in your category, really understanding what's happening with your competition, and are customers posting videos, are customers posting text reviews, having the capability to read that, understand that would be the step one, is understanding that would really help. It would help with you with your messaging, with your development of your content. We have a customer who's launching a new cream it's a medical cream for skin. And so, understanding, who's talking about that disease, if you will, or the skin-related issues, if you will, and understanding who the top experts are, and is there a way to engage with them and who they are would be helpful. So you really have to look at your content, video content, very holistically. Looking at your branded content, looking at different. So generally, what we find is in every category, there's different kinds of video sentiment, and that drives shopping behavior. And so, for example, in beauty, it's review, unboxing video, how to video. But in the automotive category, it's usually a review, but it's inside outside tour of the car, and it's a dealership video, right? So people are looking for top features, what others are saying, people who look like me. So when it comes to, generally, my comment is Kim Kardashian is great for brand awareness, but ultimately think about your last mile. People buy product because someone who looks like you, your neighbor, said, "Hey, love my car, you should consider buying this EV," right? So the bottom line is UGC content is the reason TikTok really took off, is UGC content, is the authenticity. So if so, as you're thinking about your sentiment, your campaigns, think about authenticity and trust. Can you bring some authentic content from customers in your campaigns? And customers trust other customers more than anything else. I mean, I just saw a study where 74% of shoppers said they only somewhat trust branded videos. They trust UGC content more than they trust branded content. So you need to have a mix of content, and I would say that ratio is 80-20, 80% UGC and authentic reviews, and 20% your branded and influencer content. I think there's also a lot of fatigue around influencer videos as well. I think a lot of shoppers know that it's gamed, or influencers are being asked to promote something. So looking for and leveraging authentic content, and there are multiple ways and tools now to capture video content, whether you want to run your own campaign on TikTok, or whether you want to use different tools to do so. There are multiple ways of doing that.
My favorite are TikTokers who haven't quite blown up yet, so they're mentioning brands all the time in hopes of getting picked up by that brand. And I imagine you can find them easily too. So I guess if you're a brand that a lot of people are trying to bait on TikTok, definitely use that service. So this is a little bit off topic, and it's not what either of us do, but people trust user generated content. They don't really trust brand videos. They don't really trust influencer videos necessarily. So what do you think about this Amazon Inspire thing? Not all of us have it. I don't have it. John has it. But so it's like a TikTok experience for shopping,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you've got people talking about a product. Like, what do you think that's going to do? Is that going to increase trust, or is
Yeah,
that?
yeah. So first of all, just to set the stage for our listeners, if you haven't heard of this feature, Amazon launched a new feature called Amazon Inspire.
Mhm.
It's really to compete directly with TikTok. But I do believe that, and what it is when you open your Amazon app on your phone, you'll actually see, when you launch an app, a video feed. It's really a video feed of different UGC content and a mix of UGC and branded videos just popping up, and you can just keep on scrolling those or those videos, that feed, to ultimately find you're looking for, or be inspired by it to purchase a product. And so I think one thing that Amazon has is an existing base. So if you didn't know, Amazon during COVID started a new store where you can watch videos and buy products. They have amassed more than 200 million video reviews on their platform. So when you purchase a product now, you get an invite to upload a video now, and that is feeding back into uh, Inspire. And I think this also relates back to our panel today, and discussion today about sentiment. I mean, ultimately, I think it's a way for Amazon to feature content and products, and hopefully drive a purchase and engagement. And it's a given that, when you have a video playing on your mobile app, on your website, our human minds, our eyes quickly go to something that's moving in the video, and you're very likely to play a video and watch it, or search it, and it increases engagement, your page engagement time that people stay on your site. So I believe, that Amazon Inspire, we'll see. I mean, the big question is, will they come? Will shoppers come and watch those feeds? I think Amazon could win this if they were primarily focusing on reviews. So it becomes the go-to destination. The feed becomes a go-to destination to watch reviews or how-to videos and unboxing videos. I think today the biggest challenge is, even when you go on YouTube or TikTok, is finding that video for that particular SKU. I mean, I recently had an experience where I bought a television. I opened the packaging, and after the packaging is opened up, I have to install the TV on the wall, and I spent 4 hours finding a couple of setup videos. How do I set up my Alexa for my TV? How do I set up my the TV, mount the TV on the wall, right? And again, all of this leads into brand sentiment. So I wish the brand had a QR code on the product where I could have just scanned the post-purchase experience, open the videos on how to do the installations and do what I do and have a very delightful experience, not only pre-purchase but post-purchase as well, right? So again, as you're thinking about sentiment, don't just limit sentiment to a review. Think about holistically the whole experience, A to Z of the experience, and then what are the different touch points for sentiment with the shopper. And like I said before, the touch points with video are many.
It's true. It's
To
true.
really,
Thank you
to
so
really
much for
think through
joining in.
all of the different steps of the shopping journey and
Well,
how where it can leverage sentiment.
Well, and we think about that a lot with advertising too. There are different types of advertising you do depending on what stage of the funnel you're trying to reach. And it's the same with like brand sentiment and looking at what people are saying about your brand. There are people that, like, obviously there's a certain image you want out there to capture people at the very top of the funnel. That's your brand awareness, Kim Kardashian or some other fancy celebrity. I mean, big brands can afford that kind of stuff. But you've got your brand awareness, more people exposed to your brand, learning about your products, you're brand new to them. But then you've got that bottom of the funnel, like intent to purchase, and that's a much different animal. And that's, obviously where sponsored products come in when you're on Amazon or when you're like selling on an e-commerce platform or even selling on Facebook Marketplace or Google. You've got certain things you do with people who have an intent to purchase, but video can completely cover the whole sales funnel. You're going to have user generated content on every stage of the sales funnel. So you can create a really interesting like advertising approach, promotion approach, like overall marketing approach just based on the information you get from user created content.
Yeah, and I would say one word of caution is do not fake stuff. Do not post fake reviews. You will get caught at some point. It's very easy to recognize. It's very possible to recognize a fake video if someone is reading something, or you notice they're saying something, but they don't actually they're not holding the product. So there are many ways in a video how you can detect fakeness. So I would caution everyone that be careful about faking something up.
Yeah.
And I would say that something that goes that generates a lot of positive sentiment is, and we've seen this during COVID, videos of kindness, of generosity, of people helping people. And a perfect example was, Mars, the candy company, during COVID, they essentially gave away a lot of free candies to first responders. So you could go to this website and you could distribute and recommend a friend to receive candies. So they would send you essentially a barcode that you could redeem at your nearest retailer for Mars candies, right? And it's really the goodwill, right? It created a lot of buzz. It created a lot of thank you. Who doesn't like chocolates, right? And candies. So there are multiple ways of thinking about, again, of sentiment and approaching sentiment as well. And kindness, generosity always goes far, far.
That is the sentiment I'd like to end on today, actually. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been a great way to kick off the year. We're going to be doing a follow-up blog post. You guys have a great ebook that I'm going to be sharing in the recap email that we're going to send out. This will go out to all registrants. And I think we'll spin up some content after that, but we hope to see a lot more of you. I'm going to actually share contact information for Vyrill so that if you want to get in touch and start getting your brand videos analyzed, I think you should. I've got 2 or 3 different things I want to talk to you guys about. But Ajay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate this.
All right, everybody, we'll see you. Actually, if you're watching this real time, AdMax is 2 weeks from now. We're going to Prosper Show in March. We hope to see everybody there. But if you're watching this way after the fact, never mind about that stuff, and we'll see you on the next Tuesday Take a Webinar. Thanks, everybody.